So was really changing the Merna Annals from a 3-book trilogy into 5 books, well, technically 2 seasons consisting of 10 books and more with the spin-offs? Let's look at the pro and cons. See you in a bit. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Sitting Down with Soul Writer. My name is Jenna O'Malley. I am your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references such as the Merna Annals. Book 3, Bound by Vengeance in Mind, is now out for sale in ebook, and probably, hopefully, the paperback backs have been submitted for publication as of the time of this video coming out. So, was it really worth it? Unpublishing the 3 books of formerly the Arsenaway Forest Alliance and turning it into the greater meta world that is the Merna Annals at large, the short answer is yes. Very yes. The list of the pros vastly outweighed the cons. So let's look at the cons first, shall we? Con number 1, the time sink. I thought so often I was wasting my time on these books. Maybe that's why Vitae Elangica, my lit RPG, X Paranormal Romance, XXXXX World, that's becoming as the side runner of season 2 to the Merna Annals, that it is explaining what happens in the human world when the immortals bring back magic. Maybe that's why I started writing the future of the Merna world that becomes Regolith's Relics, which is kind of space opera meets paranormal romance. It's very much like a Gundam Wing version of my own world, in that we're going to talk about, I talked about the past, I'm talking about the now. What's Immortals going to look like in the future is one of the things that one of the 2 editors I've worked with have asked me developmentally with this question. Because I've now gone through 3 or 4 editors for the Merna Annals from a developmental point of view, just to really understand, as I said in a recent video for the members area that you all are probably getting later this week, how far can I push my own suspension of disbelief of the what if is going to happen here? And oh my goodness, it's turning out for the better. The time sink has been worth it. On the other hand, feeling behind, I was not really behind. I know a lot about books from an analytical perspective of ripping them apart to help other people understand them, to help other people work on developing and writing them. I really needed to figure out how to take all those skills and apply them myself for my own work. I'm so used to doing it for everybody else. It was nigh on time the editor, teacher, coach did it for herself and continued to do so in a student, learner of life learner mindset. Therefore, did I lose some readers? Sure. But at the same time, I was able to clarify who my ideal reader really is. The people who are going to stick around for the long term are here for the long term, and I'm quite aware of how they feel. I was also able to take this risk of purchasing always on trend covers. Book covers change as quickly as change happens on a TikTok algorithm seemingly these days. I just can't financially always keep up, and I have to be true to what the series needs, so therefore I couldn't always keep chasing the newest on-trend cover. And then finally, it just led as a major con to too many avenues off this roller coaster highway of amazing author entrepreneurship, where I could just easily say, well, I tried it and gave up. Therefore, the pros became all the more loud. First and foremost, I've gotten to collaborate with not just those developmental editors who have helped me on this journey, but I've met a ton of people through Kickstarter, and I've learned more about what it means to be an author, an entrepreneur, and an author-entrepreneur, all 3, intertwined through those people. Even though I'm not actively participating in it now because I'm moving it elsewhere, Ream Stories, running that taught me so much. I wrote so much because I actually found people who were not necessarily writer friends who were legit readers who actually started reading my stuff, like alpha readers, who actually started ripping my stuff apart and sending me comments and emails and, oh my God, the inside jokes. I've gotten to not only work with MCAT Designs on new covers, but now Jeremy, my character artist, he's done all the major couples. We have all 10 of the main central characters, well, technically 11 if you include Arya. All 11 main points of view from books 1 through 5 have a character avatar, and as a bonus, Madame Malice's is done. Abraxas's is next. Jeremy's going to be drawing vellum inserts to go in for the Tiara book box. We've already decided that book 2 is a certain scene where Ian's getting his butt kicked in chapter 5 by his friends in training. We need to decide on books 1, 3, 4, and 5. I've also had outstanding, amazing joy of working with a fellow author, someone who I adore, Rachel D. Adams, to redo the blurbs and the character bios. And hint, hint, Rachel, wait for the emails, I'm going to be having her do Vitae Elangica, the spin-offs, and season 2. I've had the joy of learning from so many talented people through collaboration. I cannot wait to keep doing so. Also, the fact that I learned so more about plotting in my own genre. I thought I knew how to plot. Oh my goodness. I'm no longer a staunch plotter like I was with Bound by Fate and Blood. I literally had an outline for that book that was 30, 40 pages long with reference notes. I didn't do that for any of the other books. I tried for book 2. Book 2 didn't end the way it was supposed to because I didn't foresee what Frey was going to do and disappear on me somewhere around the middle of the book. And I needed him, and he wasn't there. So I've learned that I'm much better being a plantster, having a loose outline and just enjoying the road trip that is writing my books along with my characters. They picked me to be the primary recorder of this journey for a reason. And I'm kind of agreeing with what one of the people I compare my books to, J.R. Ward, yeah, she's right. As long as these characters keep talking, I'm going to keep writing for them. Now, surprise, surprise, some of you may not know that not only am I working on a memoir in the background, I'm also already starting another pen name that none of y'all know nothing about, and I'm going to keep it that way as an experiment for a while and see what happens. I would have never thought to have done either of those things. I would have never thought that what I was saying about writing mattered beyond a classroom if it weren't for publishing, formerly the Arson Way Forest Alliance, and allowing it to become the true phoenix that I always say Neftiri really has been in my mind. Ultimately, what matters most is the long-term impact of these short-term setbacks. I am so willing to have to level grind to get past a boss level to make a Final Fantasy VII Legend of Zelda Elder Scrolls reference. I'm okay with having to do a little bit of level grind so long as it's beneficial. And trust me, if that's what this last year and a half has been, then it's all been worth it. Because you know what? These books taught me to own my own voice in a way I never had in the past. And they are teaching me every day to live and continue to believe what I always believe every day in my business with my clients whom I serve and the readers whom I serve, but also the original reason that drove me to teach in the first place. Writing is the greatest form of expression from our souls in our most authentic way. And therefore we should have the freedom, the confidence, and more to stand up and say what our voice believes in. So that way we can help others heal along the way home. Take care of yourself until the next one. You've always been worth it. Check the community tab if you want a chance to vote on topics like this and more in the future. Take care of yourself.